Thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. A big coastal storm is about to develop just before Christmas. We're going to see that rolling off the coast of the United States. Big impacts into the Atlantic region of Canada with not only rain, some snow, high winds. That's going to be a factor. I want to show you the big wind machine that is going to be setting up in the high seas we're going to see across the Atlantic, and watching a front that could get pulled down all the way for us eventually into the Caribbean just after Christmas. Also watching this little spin out here. I was highlighting this in yesterday's video. Still a small chance this area here becomes a subtropical storm. Not a big issue. Just watching this area out here, we are going to see a spin develop. I'll keep an eye on how close that gets to the Azores, but watching front after front moving off the coast of the United States, back through Canada, and then we're going to see that bigger coastal storm develop. So let me start with the winds with this. Now, this is today. We're going to go out in time a little bit, and you can see the wind scale here, kilometers an hour and miles per hour on your screen. Now, this is by tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have one front working by, some gustier winds, Avalon Peninsula, back through Bermuda, and then you see this spin over here. That's the spot that may briefly try to develop into a subtropical storm, but over the open waters. You see here, let me stop it here on Friday. On Friday, you see this healthy spin out here, kind of that donut shape or bagel shape you're seeing right there. That is the area that may become Tony, at least briefly, but not a big issue over the water. Now, look what happens as we go forward. This here is by this weekend. Friday into Saturday, we're going to see this coastal storm start to develop. So off the coast of New England, strong winds coming down out of the north back through Cape Cod, onshore flow back toward Newfoundland. These winds, this white shading in here, 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers an hour. And then by later on Saturday, the winds crank up further. This includes New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, right up toward Newfoundland. Look at that red by late on Saturday popping up. We're going to have some winds gusting to 70 miles per hour or about 110 kilometers an hour. So giving you the heads up, strong winds are going to be moving in as we work our way into the Atlantic region of Canada as we go throughout the day on Saturday, in particular Saturday night into Sunday morning. This big wind machine, if you will, is really going to crank up. The storm is going to strengthen. We're going to see at least tropical storm wind gust moving in with this, and that is going to crank up the higher seas. And eventually, this could even help as this develops up here. It could help pull through some fronts in the Caribbean. It's amazing how the weather is just tied together across the region and, of course, across the world. So as we go forward here, this is by tomorrow, and you see that spin right there, open waters of the Atlantic. That's the first area that may develop actually a little bit, not a hurricane or anything like that. Here's one front moving by, some rain, snow. Here's Bermuda. And then as we go forward, here's that storm system by Saturday. Cranks up and it really strengthens as it kind of builds and lifts up toward eastern Canada. You see it right there. Now, as these get really strong up here, sometimes they could help spin through some cooler weather and bigger fronts, even all the way down through the Caribbean. That's what I'll be watching as we get closer to Christmas. So this is on Saturday. This system cranks up, lifts up eventually through the weekend and next week into the northern Atlantic. And then you can see here, look at the big picture, this little line right here, that is the trailing end of a front. That may at least push through our northern zones in the northern Caribbean by Christmas. So some of us may actually get some slightly cooler weather once we get into Christmas Eve day on Tuesday, and then eventually a week from now, which is Christmas. Now look how these seas build. Now we're a little choppier in the central Caribbean today. Seas are going to be a bit bumpier. Atlantic waters right near the Bahamas, watching that as well. But as we work our way here, this is Saturday. Watch how this builds in extreme fashion, these seas just off of New England and the mid-Atlantic. As this area cranks up and lifts, look at those brighter colors showing up. We're talking about some of the seas around 5 meters or upwards of 15 plus feet building here. There's the Avalon Peninsula right there. So Newfoundland, and then of course across the northern Atlantic. Common to get some big systems this time of year, those nor'easters, if you will, just these building systems. This one is really going to crank up. Now, how much snow, how much rain does it bring? Still kind of a wait and see on that, but I want to give you a heads up. A major coastal event is going to happen, or a coastal system with even that possibility of some flooding and those higher winds. Now, as far as development goes, the European model is kind of a behind-the-scenes look at the European model. This just shows where things may try to spin a little bit. I mentioned that little spot splitting Bermuda and back toward the Azores. There is still that slight chance that does develop into subtropical storm Tony, so we'll keep an eye on that. Now, as we work our way back through Belize, stretching back toward the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, there is an old front sitting in here. So a chance of some spotty showers. Elsewhere, that easterly flow from Antigua, Barbuda, down through Barbados and Trinidad, that'll give us some of those passing showers throughout the day. So some hit or miss showers. Some of us could see some isolated areas of flooding. Suriname and Guyana, that rain chance a little higher. See some of the rain popping up. Grenada, we had some rain yesterday. We could get some scattered showers. Grenada, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Trinidad again today. And as we go forward with an old front nearby, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, some spotty showers. Builds a little bit Costa Rica, Panama, you see some of the rain. Still kind of active Guyana, and then up through the North Dominica. By the time we hit Friday, that chance of spotty showers. A couple more as well later this week near Belize and into Honduras. Now lifting up to the north, watching one front just in the short term passing by. Here's Bermuda. Here's that spot right there that is just sitting out there and spinning. Very rare to get a subtropical system in the month of December, but you see for yourself that spin that is out there. Eventually, this front will clip by Bermuda. This is later in the day tomorrow, just the late tomorrow night into Friday. We'll get that better chance of rain working its way into Bermuda, and then we'll keep an eye on that bigger coastal system back to the west that will eventually move in. Now, we've seen kind of a strong flow of winds out of the east, Freeport back through Nassau. That's where we've had some additional rain the last couple of days. As far as rain totals go, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Cuba, we don't have a whole lot. The Dominican Republic, northern and eastern sides, that better chance of getting some rain. Jamaica, eastern parishes, better chance of getting maybe 10 millimeters of rain, maybe half of an inch of some rain. But parts of the Dominican Republic, not as much. Haiti, parts of the DR, Puerto Rico, back through U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Some scattered showers possible. See a little purple popping up too. Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, just telling me that we're going to see some scattered showers at times. So some of us could get 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain, but Trinidad South, that's where we'll get some spots that could get a little bit more. Not for all of us, but you see a little white popping up, which would be about 4 inches or 100 millimeters of rain, just simply more active. Suriname, Guyana, extreme northeastern Venezuela, back through Trinidad. Let me know in the comments if you do get any rain the next 2 days. It'll build a bit near Costa Rica, watching out for that pocket of rain near parts of Belize and Honduras. We'll monitor that the next few days. In eastern sections of Mexico proper, the Yucatan Peninsula, some scattered showers, better chance eastern side Cozumel and Cancun of some scattered showers. So no washout, but a chance of some of those scattered showers today. In Jamaica, eastern end, better chance, 40% chance. Cayman Islands, only that 10, maybe 20% chance of some of the showers. But as we get back through Trinidad and Tobago, while it's not a 100% chance of rain, some of us stay dry. Others get the scattered showers. We're going to watch out for that. And as that builds and as we get into more of an active pattern, I'll watch out for some areas of flooding, which will be a potential across Trinidad, Barbados, 40 to 50% chance. And we generally hold that as well in St. Lucia at times the next 3 days, some scattered showers. 40 to 50% chance in Grenada. We were a little active yesterday. We'll watch out for that again today. Same thing, St. Vincent, the Grenadines. The next 2 days, rain chance at 50%. 40% chance the next 3 days in Martinique, and a 30 to 40% chance building a bit later this week right across us in Dominica, 40 to 50% chance in Guadeloupe. Now, as we work our way through Antigua, Barbuda, the rain chance isn't so high, but some of us could get a few of the showers. That goes for St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat, 30 to 40% chance, and you see that 40% chance in the next 2 days. Anguilla and St. Bart's. Rain chance 30 to 40%. St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, 50% chance though today in Puerto Rico. Eastern sections, a better chance of getting some rain, and U.S. and British Virgin Islands, we have a chance of those scattered showers today and some gusty winds. I'll be watching your comments. 40% chance today in the Bahamas. That's going to favor northern sections, not as much to the south. And you see as we get back toward the Turks and Caicos, an isolated chance of a shower. The Dominican Republic, northern and eastern sections, sections, a 60% chance of some rain today. We work our way through Haiti, though. Rain chance not as high, very isolated, 30% chance. Belize, though, we're going to have some areas of rain. Scattered showers stay around the next few days. A 30% chance in the next couple of days in Aruba. A 20 to 30% chance Curacao over toward Bonaire. Then as we get back toward Guyana, parts of Guyana and Suriname, we could get some isolated areas of flooding. That rain chance 60% today, giving you that heads up across Suriname. Cuba, we're mainly dry. Eastern sections, better chance of rain. 30% chance today in Costa Rica and Panama, but it does build, as I was mentioning earlier, about a 50% chance tomorrow. Nicaragua, 40 to 50% chance. In Honduras, that rain chance is going to bump up as we go through the end of the week. By Friday, we're looking at a 60% chance, especially northern and eastern sections, simply put, closer to the water. Guatemala and El Salvador, 20 to 30% chance. And we could get a slight chance of a passing shower today in Mexico City. Otherwise, mainly dry. Rain chance 20%. Yucatan Peninsula, I mentioned earlier, eastern end again. Better chance eastern side of getting some of those showers. Northern Colombia, 40% chance by Friday. And some spotty showers, especially northeastern sections of Venezuela. And then Bermuda, we're going to watch out tomorrow night into Friday. That's when that front starts to move by with that chance of shower. So as we approach Christmas, we're going to see a stronger coastal system starting to build near the Atlantic region of Canada. It's going to be a pretty strong one. I showed you those winds right off the bat, some high seas, strong winds, and then eventually that may bring down some fronts into the Caribbean as we get closer to Christmas, and watching that spin in the central Atlantic just to see if it does try to develop some. So as we get through the month, a very active pattern with these coastal systems and these fronts, we'll be monitoring together. I hope you're doing well. Have a good rest of your day.